Hello, welcome back to everyone who's listening. I am Hazel. With me, as usual, are my co-hosts.
Altair.
And
Andres.
welcome!
Woohoo!
Woohoo.
If you haven't listened to our podcast before, we kind of take like a topic each month, and then each one of us picks a movie to watch based on that topic that the other two haven't seen, and then we discuss it basically. And this month's theme was films with an animal, right?
Yes.
Yep. And my pick for this week was the film Underdog.
Chun chun. Yeah, Underdog. I just said that you have seen it like a lot of times.
I had it on DVD as a kid. Like, I watched it a lot of times, I remember when I was a kid, yeah.
Why?
And so it begins. I guess a talking dog was fun to watch, I guess, as a kid.
Okay, so but that's what the corporate tools that made this movie thought.
Probably.
Yeah. Like I had never seen it because it is 2007.
Yeah.
So I was 15 already. So
You were old.
I was old. Old.
Yeah, so I was 10.
You were, I guess that's...
There's
I
a
was-
right target audience.
I was more susceptible to Disney mediocrity.
Yeah, I remember the posters for this movie, but again, I was also old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before we started watching the film, I said like, oh yeah, that's the movie with the black kid, right? And you were like, no.
I don't remember that.
But the thing is that, did you ever watch That's So Raven on Disney Channel?
No.
That was a girl's show.
That was
I didn't
what
watch
her.
girls' shows.
Oh yeah, well, her brother is the one who sings one of the songs of the movie, and that's all I knew about the
Oh, the
movie.
songs.
That song, like Underdog is here, Underdog.
Oh my god. Oh.
So yeah, but it actually it's with Jason Lee,
Yep.
and
Who's that?
He's a comedian and an actor who was very popular in the early 2000s because he had this show called My Name Is Earl.
That was it.
That was very,
Right.
very, very popular.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's why they casted him on this film.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's right. I remember seeing him around.
yeah,
on TV.
around that time he was very popular. So I'm guessing that.
Yeah, his star's faded, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad because I think,
I don't know. Maybe some people are happy not being famous.
I mean, fame is a heavy load.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword.
Maybe
Exactly.
he's even happier now.
With all his
Probably.
money
I mean,
that
with
he
all this
made.
money.
Maybe he spent it all, and he's actually not rich anymore.
No, but maybe he's still profiting from the what's it called, the royalties, the things,
Exactly. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reruns.
From us. Well, it's on streaming, so probably not.
Yeah. Well, so Hazel, do you have your fabulous synopsis and 5 reasons why we should like it?
I do. I'll be honest. The 5 reasons were a struggle.
Yeah, I bet.
Even the first one was.
Even the first.
Let's hear them.
Okay, so my pitch for Underdog is: after an experiment gone wrong, a superdog must stop a mad scientist from taking over the city for reasons.
That's
I'll
pretty
come
much
to
it.
that. But so 5 reasons why I think it's worth taking a chance on, I guess. It's a harmless movie. I'll say that.
I don't know. I think it gave me cancer.
Jesus.
It made me lose 1 or 2 neurons.
Okay, so one of the reasons was I thought good dog performances.
Okay.
No, genuinely, I
mean-
thought the dog was good.
I think Molly was also quite good.
Molly was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
thought
that's
they
okay.
were the
There's
dogs
no,
were cute to watch. I thought they were.
there's no DiCaprio.
I was actually surprised that the moving mouths weren't actually as creepy as I thought they might be in this day and age.
But the fully CG dog was really creepy at some times. I don't know. when he was flying. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, but next reason is a good song. I remember the song. I always really liked this version of the song.
I didn't like it.
Okay. So that's 0 for 2. Next, I put simple but self-aware superhero origin story.
Yeah.
No, this is not complicated.
No, I put another point that sort of connects with this one, that it's sort of like 2000s nostalgia pre-Marvel.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it's sort
yeah.
of like, okay, it's just like a very simple superhero origin story that's not connected to like a wider thing, that just stands on its own. It was kind of like refreshing just to watch that
So
in
there's
the
no-
age that we are now.
So there's no Underdog 2.
No.
No.
Oh, okay, that's thank God.
And my last reason is a good Peter Dinklage performance.
Yeah.
That's the villain.
Yeah.
Poor Peter Dinklage. I'm thinking like, I'm glad he's doing better things now.
I mean, I guess it goes to show how the media landscape
Has
changed. Because I think then that's the kind of role that a person with dwarfism would be casted in, and now you have him, and that they casted him as one of the best characters in this HBO show. So I guess it's nice to see, like in retrospective, to see, oh, look at how bad we were, look at how far we've come.
We've really come to appreciate Peter Dinklage.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think he's by far the most enjoyable part of the movie, for me
Yeah.
at least. Like when he was on screen, I was like, okay, there's some enjoyment in this.
Yeah, even if his character was underwritten.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even understand the character. Like,
Yeah, I didn't understand what his motivation
No,
was.
it's just
Honestly,
evil.
like,
Evil.
yeah, exactly. Evil scientist wants to do
Evil for
evil, like testing on animals for reasons.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, because I thought that from the get-go, I thought, oh, he wants it to get his like superpowers on his own. You know, that's what I
thought
thought
he-
at the beginning.
I thought, why didn't he just want to be normal size? That would have
No,
been a
exactly.
motivation.
That's what I thought that it was something along those lines. I thought, oh, he's doing all of these experiments, but this is me going like drawing conclusions
Yeah.
without the movie really telling me anything. But I really thought, oh, of course, he's doing all these experiments to kind of like become powerful and overcome what some people might see as a disability. But it does, like the movie doesn't really give you any hint of that.
No.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm running all these experiments because
Well, that's the thing.
because that's my
it's
character.
like he's bitter, like at the mayor of the city because he rejected his proposal to just do genetic experimentation.
Yeah, what
but you
experiments?
don't know why.
That's the thing. You don't know what experiments he's doing. What he wants to do. Like,
Yeah.
he just wants to test chemicals on dogs and improve them.
For reasons.
yeah.
Yeah, weird bad guy. But it wasn't as underwritten as the main protagonist.
As the
As our
dog.
underdog.
as the
my
underdog
God.
itself.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think he had like a like
Decent
his
hero's journey.
exactly, and he has his backstory of, you know, like he's clumsy and doesn't really
Believe in himself.
exactly. He's an underdog.
Always screws up. Yeah, he's an underdog. You root for the underdog. And then he has to learn to accept his role as a superhero and the responsibility that comes with his powers.
Not really, because he never really had like. No, it's not. That's like what happened in Spider-Man. Like, but in this movie, like, no, he was just a loser, and then he got powers, and then he wasn't a loser, of course, because he had powers, and then that's it. He wins.
Okay.
He
Okay.
didn't have to learn anything. He just got powers.
No, I get what you mean, that it's not like he has an arc, really. He just gets the superpowers, and I mean, at the beginning,
Because I
he does refuse. He refused the
Yeah.
call in his hero's journey.
Yeah.
And then eventually he just accepts it and deal with it. But I get it that it's not like he had a flaw at the beginning and he outside the superpowers overcame it. Like he
Yeah,
technically
that's
is
what
the
I thought.
same character.
I thought at some point it was gonna be like the powers are inside of you.
Yeah.
You don't need powers. You
Well,
are
I
a
mean,
hero.
because at the beginning he, like, he's on the bomb squad, and then he finds a ham instead of a bomb by accident. So he's sort of like he doesn't sort of believe in himself, I guess, and then he learns too.
I guess.
Because he has powers. I would believe in myself if I have powers.
No, but
I'll
like
do
even when he
anything.
has powers, like he doesn't really want to use them, and then it's just the kid who like convinces him, oh, you should use your powers for good.
Yeah, but it's just okay. It's a bit better maybe than the Peter Dinklage character, but it's not like very
No,
well.
I'm not arguing.
No,
that.
exactly. No character in this movie is well written. I'll tell you that.
It's
The cat was realistic.
the cat just being a dick. that was the most realistic.
Weirdo. No, it was like freak or something like that.
Yeah,
It was-
freak or something.
Yeah. Okay, so should we dive in?
Yeah, this is gonna be okay. Cool. So we start at the town hall, and the mayor's holding like a speech in front of everyone with like tons of boxes and stuff in front of him. I think filled with case files or something. And then we meet our protagonist, Underdog, who's like on the bomb squad, and then he starts barking, and everyone thinks, "Oh, fuck! Like there's a bomb in one of these boxes."
It was weird because it happens really quickly. Like I got confused at first, like the editing or something in this movie, like out of nowhere, this scene started happening, and I was like, oh, wait, I had to go back, like see it again because like the dog starts barking, and then people like go crazy, and you don't really know. At least me, it took me a while to process like what was actually happening.
Yeah, and then it actually turns out to be a piece of ham.
Comedy. And then the dog, again, I mean, in the next scene, he gets like, I guess, fired from the bomb squad.
Well, because we have his voiceover throughout the film. I mean, he says he's fired. Like the dog just takes off
His collar,
His-
I guess.
His
Well,
vest.
yeah,
He has like a vest.
Yeah.
His vest, yes.
Yeah, his police vest, and just wanders off and immediately gets abducted.
But that's the funny thing, like they just abandon him. It's like
Well, he just wanders off, I guess. No one goes after him.
Yeah, but I mean, if that dog probably
You invested money
probably
in that dog.
expensive. Yeah, it's like
Invested money in that
Nobody
training
cares.
for the dog.
that the dog just escapes.
I also just love the fact that he seems to be like the only beagle on that squad. Like, because
Yeah.
then you have like the three German
German
shepherds
shepherds.
making fun of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like a weird choice for a bomb
Exactly.
squad, but yeah.
And then he gets like abducted by Cad Lackey, who works for Peter Dinklage's character. And he takes him down to like this secret. Well, not. I guess it's not a secret lab, is it?
Yeah, it's just
His lab.
Some lab.
A lab, yeah. And locks him up there, and then Peter Dinklage comes along and wants to do an experiment on Underdog.
What experiment? I guess we don't know.
I don't know. He just wants to inject him with a serum
Exactly.
and see what happens.
I thought the serum was gonna be the powers.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they take genetics and powers very loosely here, but because he sees like him coming towards him with this enormous needle, so he freaks out and runs around and destroys the whole lab.
And then there's a really strange scene where the henchman, out of nowhere, he tries to grab the dog, and then he like somehow like flies in the air and like crashes against the control panel. Like I think he's supposed to like sleep or something, but like the editing somehow makes it seem like he jumped himself on it. Like it's just really badly done, and I had to see it like 3 times because it's just hilarious. Like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. It's the most exaggerated like stunt I've ever seen in my life.
Well, anyway, and then like this bookshelf falls on him with all these different chemicals, and he mutates, I guess, and gets superpowers. And then breaks through like the walls and things to get out, and then there's a fire in the lab, and then I don't know if it's like a big screen falls on Peter Dinklage and stuff. But then he gets out and he's confronted by these like 3 dogs that are just like these bullies throughout the whole
Yeah. They're always there because the scream says so.
No.
It's like there's no context.
Exactly.
They're everywhere. They're just, we need the bullies.
Like
let's write
considering
them
how,
in.
I mean, I guess this isn't New York, but it's obviously a big city. Like considering how big this city is, it's just sort of like, how do you keep running into these 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so he runs away from them, and then he gets hit by a car.
The end of the movie. That's it.
That's the end. And so the dogs run off, and then the driver of the car, who's also like a security guard at where the lab is, takes him home with him.
That scene I thought was cute. That's
It
the only scene.
was.
That was the only scene in the movie where I was like, oh,
That was cute.
that's cute. But then the rest of the movie was not that good.
Yeah. And then we meet this guy's son, Jack.
Oh, I hate this like
Yeah, he's
teenager from the 2000s look. Like it's just
Yeah.
like emo, but not really emo, and like just.
Oh man. Yeah.
I had the same hair.
That's why you hate it so much.
Reminds you of you
Yeah.
before you became cool and attractive.
Just that you don't realize you are that stereotype until you grow up, and then you look back.
And
then
you're like,
it's
oh god,
oh,
how could I have
no.
all grown like that? Yeah, so and then like we meet Jack when he's basically trying to fake a sick note for school. And then he like the dad's like, oh yeah, I picked up this dog for you.
That was weird because okay, I thought at first that he liked dogs. Like he wanted the dog, the dad. But then he's
Yeah.
like, hey son, I got you this dog. We can reconnect finally. But then the kid was like, he didn't care about the dog. So I was like, why did he bring the dog? Like maybe he thought his son would like
Maybe
it?
he thought, all teenagers must like dogs.
Everyone
I'm
wants
just
a dog.
Exactly. Let's just bring this dog home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's far fetched for him to find like a cute dog on the street and think, oh yeah, my kid might want a dog.
Yeah, but it's just that the kid doesn't like dogs. Clearly, I mean, he's not like into dogs, and unless he have
Well,
powers.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just sort of because he's got this like standoffish relationship with his dad that was just sort of his automatic lie. Why did you bring me a dog, Dad?
Could have bought him
that
like
would
a
make
car.
up for the hole that my mom left when she
You're
died.
trying to replace my mom,
Yeah.
huh? Or you with your absence, with your new job.
Exactly.
You thought that would make everything better. That might have been his reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they call him Shoe Shine for like the stupidest reason ever because he licked
Shoes.
his shoes like any dog.
Yeah, I think that's a thing from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Yeah, I
exactly.
think so. Yeah. But yeah. So you immediately sense that their relationship is quite tense.
It's quite stereotypical. It's quite like a cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I think that's the stereotypical parent child relationship from the 2000s. Like I told you, we were talking about like early 2000s rock music. And I told you that every song was something like, oh, Dad, why don't you let me be who I am? Well, that's the same trope
let
for
me
films.
be.
Exactly. That's the same trope for films. So yeah, it's full of cliches.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to, just recognize, this is a broken relationship because the
knows?
script says so. That's it.
What happened to the mom? Do they even?
Yeah, I don't think they say
never-
it.
Well, they say she died.
She died, exactly, but it's not like they expand on.
No. You want them to go into graphic detail about how
No,
she died.
like
She had a long,
Torturous
painful death.
with cancer.
at least the mom from Free Willy had like some backstory. Like,
Well, no. I mean, you just hear how she dropped him off and left him.
left.
but
and
it's
he was
better
going
than
back.
just dying.
I mean, I guess it's less I mean, it raises less questions, I think. Okay, if you die, you die.
Yeah.
But if like with the Free Willy mom, it's like, okay, why did she leave him? Like, why does he believe that she's gonna come back? Is she just a horrible person, or was she a teenage mom? All these questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but at least they tried. Underdog is just like whatever, she's dead.
I don't think there's more to expand on that.
Exactly.
So in these movies, it never matters the relationship with the mom. It's like she's just dead, whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
that, and like
It's the dead mom trope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bridging.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the dad goes to work, and then then why I couldn't watching it, what I couldn't understand was why he still ends up at school even though he wrote the sick note.
Right.
It's like because you see the son at school in the
Didn't the
principal's office.
dad tell him to do something, or doesn't he take him to school? Hey son, I'm gonna take you to school. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Maybe something like that happened. I hope. I'm trying to help you, movie.
Yeah, no, because then he gets told off by the principal for making up this obviously fake disease in a sick note. And then meanwhile, like the dog's at home making absolute chaos with his new powers because he's not aware of, how powerful he is.
What are his powers actually? He can fly. He can.
So he can
He's
fly,
strong.
he's strong, he can talk.
He can speak English,
He can speak English.
and some
Super
words he doesn't
hearing.
know, like hot
Super
dog.
hearing.
He's like he doesn't know what a hot dog is.
Oh yeah.
He has like
yeah.
limited English powers.
Yeah, super hearing. Okay. But yeah, then they have to and then when the son comes back, he's like, "Oh my god, what did you do?"
Classic dog movie scene.
Exactly. That is true. It is always a part of when you get a new dog, they just wreck the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dog apologizes, and they both freak out because he's like, "Oh my god, you can talk."
And that's when we see his weird mouth that keeps distracting me. It's not horrible, but it looks fake. And
Well, obviously,
is
yeah,
fake.
it is fake.
yeah, but it should look real. Come on, Disney. Is it a Disney movie?
It was released by Disney, I think.
Yeah, come on.
No, yeah, produced by Disney.
I think I've seen other movies with talking animals that look better.
Maybe. I don't know. I just didn't think considering that it was made in 2007.
No, that's okay.
It wasn't as freaky as I thought it
But
might
I
have
guess I'm always trying to see, actively try to look at the mistakes. I think that's the problem.
That's a problem. That's what I was gonna say. You're actively looking for something to hate.
Just that in this
I'm
era,
just trying to present
Suspension
this
of
movie.
disbelief, Andres.
It's
Suspension
a
of
superhero
disbelief.
movie. It's a fake mouth.
Oh, God.
Still better than cats. But anyway, yeah, and then they sort of bond and go to the park, and then they meet this girl from his school and her dog.
This
and
is
then
the worst character of the movie, the girl.
It's just so inconsequential. But I love how the female dog
Molly.
I hated that dog.
Polly, I think. Is the dog Polly?
Who cares?
Maybe it's Paul. One
It's
is Molly,
Molly-
one is Paul.
Molly and Polly. I think Polly is the dog.
Okay, yep.
And then even when Polly's introduced, you see this dog running over the hill in slow-mo. I wrote down, even female dogs get caught in the male gaze.
Yeah.
In case a dog was watching the movie.
Exactly. Exactly, because it's from Shoeshine's perspective.
Exactly.
And then they sort of meet initially, and then they go
In the beach, the dog, female dog, is the worst. Just I'm sorry, I'm looking for a guy that's so much better than you. Bye, we can be friends. What the fuck? It's horrible. What
and then she's after Underdog the whole time.
yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, there's one thing that I wrote, that I found, in my sort of fun facts, I guess, is because the female dog is voiced by Amy Adams.
Oh.
And, because it's
What?
spoofing. Yeah. Did you not recognize her voice?
No.
Okay. But and like the Underdog comics was spoofing Superman, so probably sort of like a Lois Lane character. And Amy Adams goes on to play Lois Lane in Man of Steel.
What?
That's nice.
That's crazy.
She definitely stepped up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
From Underdog to Henry Cavill.
That is true.
I think this movie is like it's getting kids into steroids because it's like the dog is a loser, the girl doesn't like him, and then the dog gets like super fake superpowers with drugs, and then the girl suddenly is in love with him.
Isn't that every movie from the 90s to the mid 2000s?
No, because
Isn't it?
no.
And isn't there the reverse where the woman just has like a makeover and takes
Exactly.
her glasses off
Yeah.
and suddenly she's super attractive and every
Yeah.
guy wants her?
Yeah, I think
That happens in real life.
I think that's just like the trope of the time. You have this. I mean that. That is like this very. Like a trope even from the 80s. Like you have this movie. I don't know how. I think it's called "Love Can Buy a Thing." Can buy you something. My love don't cost a thing. I think it with Patrick Dempsey, and that's the thing. Like he's a loser, and then he gets help from the popular girl. And he becomes like popular and rich and blah, blah, blah. And then the girl likes him. So it's not like a repetitive trope.
Yeah, but this is like he doesn't do drugs.
But I don't think you are sold this idea of drugs, kids, take them.
Well, let's
I
wait
think you're
Just
reading
take
too much
Let's
into
wait
it.
until the end of the movie, and we're gonna come back to this.
Yeah, well, but I don't think it's like drugs in a do cocaine. No, it's like in the stereotypical what's it called? The sustancia X in English? The
Chemical X.
The chemical X from the Powerpuff Girls. You know, it's the same kind of idea. It doesn't mean like, girls, go do drugs so you can fly.
Like I said, let's wait until the last scene of the movie and then discuss this again.
Okay, but so the two of them like test out all of his powers first of all, and then he hears that it just so happens that the girls that they like are suddenly being mugged in the
course.
streets. So then Shoeshine chases after them, flies after them, and
Accidentally, oh my god, that was also a funny scene. Accidentally beats the thugs, and okay, one of them he like knocks out somewhere, and the other one he puts like a stairs, a ladder in his neck, and he's like, oh no, and then he just dies. He's kind of like drops
he
dead.
dies. He just falls
He just
over.
like falls over and dies. I don't know, like I couldn't believe it. So what happened to him? He just falls asleep.
Too much weight on his shoulders.
Exactly.
I guess. I don't know.
Exactly, yeah. And then he flies back home and tries to keep his identity a secret. Although, I mean, you're like a flying
All
dog.
dogs
I
look
mean,
the same. Who cares?
Yeah. that was a bit of a stretch. But yeah, and then like the bad guy, like the henchman, like shows up at their door looking for him. Kind of suspicious.
I didn't understand the henchman. What was his thing? Was he stupid? Was he?
Yeah, that was the thing.
I didn't get. It wasn't funny. Like I didn't
Like
get
there's
it.
a lot of I noticed like this film it tries to be funny and a lot of the jokes just don't land.
Don't
Yeah.
land, yeah.
That guy didn't have the comedic timing. Like I don't know. It just.
I think to be fair, I think he was one of the better. Like he had some better comedic moments.
Yeah,
than
I
most
think
of
Yeah,
it's
yes.
bad if in my opinion, like the flaws are in the script itself more than in his performance. I think his performance is. I mean, I think he like the actor because I've seen it in a couple of things. Like he has this very particular style that I think is quite funny when he has like really nice written material. I
Yeah.
just think that this is not.
Yeah, no.
Nicely written material. But yeah, it's
They tried.
they tried.
They
Yeah. Yeah.
tried.
Like they that's what you say is true. Like I think there are like all these jokes, and it's like, do kids find this
I guess.
funny?
Well, I
guess-
guess I did.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I guess
like, I think they do it on purpose because they know, like, okay, if we do a really good joke that maybe we will find funny, kids are gonna be like, I'm stupid. Like I don't
I
understand.
don't know, because, well, I
When
guess
you
it
do like a
depends.
stupid dog joke, like the hot dog joke, it's like, oh, they're eating dogs. And like I think a kid would find that funny. Like a
Yeah,
small.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. And the one that with the beans or whatever it is that the
Oh, yeah, I
that's
hope
on-
this is...
I hope this is
Chili.
chili. I hope this is chili. I think
Yeah, yeah.
kids would also they'd be like
Yeah.
So,
That's like this Garfield movie also. Like all these movies from that era had this strange kids.
Yeah.
humor.
Yeah.
When you see them now as an adult, it's like, what
Yeah,
the
it's good. Yeah,
This-
yeah.
The
So
bar
boring.
was very low for kids' movies.
fuck? Yeah.
I think
We were
Pixar-
stupid.
like Pixar was still, building up
Yeah.
the expectations, that you could have for kids' movies. But yeah. So and then they try and clean up the house, but they obviously don't do it in time before the dad comes back. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna take the dog to a shelter or
farm, yeah.
whatever. And then the son is like, no, I want to keep him. So they keep him.
Why does he want to keep the dog?
Because he has fucking superpowers.
But that's it.
Well, they kind
I
of
think they
bonded.
bond. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, does he want to have friends? The kid? I think he's quite happy being alone with no friends. Like, what is
Is
his,
this a reflection from you?
no, what's the kid's
Like
motivation?
you're telling me, if you were a lonely teenager who lost his mom and you suddenly found yourself a talking dog with superpowers that you could actually talk and bond with, you're saying you wouldn't keep that dog?
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, in the movie, they should have shown why he needs this dog. Because okay, yeah, sure, it's cool to have a dog with powers, but he should have been like bullied or something, whatever, so that he's like, oh, I wish I had a friend. I wish I had
Yeah, no,
some
I mean, but I think
superhero friend that would save me from this shitty life. Or they could have connected it with the father thing, like, oh, I want to connect with my dad. But he doesn't really want to.
But that's what we've been discussing so far. Like I don't think they go very deep in any of the characters. So I think this because I get what you mean, and it's just that they didn't bother developing this character any further. They gave them the most shallow motivations. It's like, oh yeah, you want to keep the dog because it's a magical dog. Go.
Yeah, basically,
That was
yeah.
literally the
Emotions.
direction.
Yeah.
So you just found out your dog has superpowers. Go. Action. Yeah, I wouldn't dig it too deep into it, to be honest.
No, I know, but like, I don't know, it's Disney supposed to do good things.
Not recently.
No, I guess not anymore.
Not then.
No,
either.
not then either. Oh god. But and then so like Peter Dinklage and his henchman Cad, so like they find a new lair underneath the city. But they need like money to rebuild the lab, so then Cad robs a jewelry store, and then they see that on the news, and so Jack tries to convince Underdog to go and help them, which he's kind of reluctant to do initially, but
Yeah, it's like, you can stop it for some reason. Like, yeah, you can be a hero. And like the dog is like, no. And then it's like, yeah, you have to do it. But again, like, why? Why does the dog have to do that?
Because it has superpowers.
But does the kid want to be a hero? Does the dog?
I just think that
I hate this movie.
No, we can't see that. Believe me.
Yeah, you made that very clear, okay? Jesus, it's a kids' movie from the 2000s. What did this movie do to you?
Exactly.
I hated it.
He's
I hated
acting
this movie.
like the movie stole his girlfriend,
I hated this movie.
and then stole his vermögen, his money, and it's like
He replaced you in the eyes
This
of your
movie-
parents.
This movie stole an hour and a half of my life. I want it back. I hate Underdog.
See, and I didn't have any very high expectations for this movie rewatching it, but I thought by the end of it, it was a harmless movie, you know?
It wasn't harmless. Did you know these movies? They ruined they ruin kids' lives.
Thank you.
You could have watched something better, Hazel. Why did you watch this monstrosity of a movie? Why
Maybe
did you
that's- Maybe that's the reason why you're friends with us.
That's
Yeah.
where it all started to go wrong. Like, I had the choice. at the DVD store, like between Underdog and like Toy Story, and I picked Underdog. You know? Maybe I wouldn't be sitting here if it were Underdog.
Maybe you would be in a better place in life.
Exactly, you will be winning the Oscar.
Exactly. As the
youngest
female director ever. Oh, God.
And now you're here with us.
No.
Oh,
God.
Okay, let's go. Let's finish
Well,
this.
I guess it's the same to answer your question. I guess it's the same the same principle as
Nothing
Spider-Man.
matters.
If you have the power, you have responsibility.
But in Spider-Man, there's a scene where his uncle tells him like, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. And he's like, fuck you, uncle. But then he realizes what his uncle meant. And he's like, yeah, I have to use my powers to fight crime or whatever, because it's the last thing that my uncle told me before he died. And you understand his motivation. You're like, yeah, go, Peter, go be a hero. But in this movie, be a hero for no reason, because you have powers.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think you're trying to look for a lot of things that they just decided not to put in the movie.
I know, but like Spider-Man is also a kid's movie.
But you're not gonna compare Spider-Man with Underdog.
I don't know. I can compare whatever I want.
Damn it!
Okay.
If I had written Underdog,
Okay, fine. So, for no reason, Underdog goes and stops this heist.
yeah.
And so he becomes Underdog. He decides to become a hero for no reason.
Because you can.
And then we have a montage of him saving people, ending up in
trying-
newspapers.
And trying catchphrases.
Trying out catchphrases, exactly, your typical superhero origin story. And then, meanwhile, Peter Dinklage is still trying to experiment on different dogs, trying to recreate his powers, but nothing works. So then he decides he needs Underdog's DNA. So then he gets his assistant to, like, dress up as an old woman.
They just
And
ripped
hang
that
from a building.
out of Spider-Man 2.
I know, right? It's very Spider-Man 2. When did Spider-Man 2 come out? Was it 2004, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. It could be, yeah.
But they definitely, I mean, I
2004.
would be surprised if Spider-Man stole from Underdog. Because it's the exact same like scene. Instead of the grandma from Spider-Man, is this guy. But
Yeah. So, like, he's just hanging out a window. So then Underdog saves him.
Oh, it's actually his aunt, sorry.
His aunt, yeah.
Spider-Man.
In Spider-Man. And then he, like, I don't know why that's the one thing, like, I don't know, but then again, he's stupid, so, but, you don't know why he, like, put Underdog on a leash.
What did he
as if
expect
he
was
thought,
gonna
like,
happen?
Oh, yeah, I've got you now, dog.
Oh.
Because then, of course, Underdog just flies away.
That's why I thought it was funny how the planet had him like hanging from a building. Like, that's really dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Should have had like safety or something. I mean, I don't know.
I guess that was the easiest way to get his attention, I guess.
Yeah, but it could have been fake. I mean, the guy was very committed to it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But so he flies off, but then he keeps a hold of his collar, so now he knows that where he lives and who he is and stuff. And then meanwhile, like, Underdog's also trying to go out with Polly, the dog.
The bitch.
Literally.
Literally. And she's like super into Underdog.
But do they have this? Because in Spider-Man, the same thing happens. And in that movie, you can tell that there are some things that she likes about Spider-Man that are actually from Peter. Like when she talks to Spider-Man, she's actually talking to Peter. Mm-hmm. So you understand that, okay, she's falling in love with Spider-Man, but also in some way she's falling in love with him. Does this happen in this movie? I don't remember.
No.
I think she's just like, Underdog, you're so cool. It's like, yeah, I am so cool. And that's
much.
it.
Yeah. I think like he kind of like trips or something, and she says, "Oh, you're so clumsy, shoe shine. You're not like nothing like Underdog."
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I
okay,
hate this character.
okay.
Kids should never try to go after a woman like that in real life. Just saying.
Good to know.
This movie is not harmless.
But so then they kidnap the dad to lure Jack and Underdog into their secret lair, and then in the most anticlimactic scene, he's just like, yeah, I guess you've beaten me.
Yeah.
Underdog. He just gives up. He's just sort of like, oh yeah, like you're the ones with superpowers. Like you could overcome all of them in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's one of my notes. Like the plot points happen just like that. Like, oh, we need you now to not have powers.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, here are my powers.
Yeah.
And then it's like that. It's like, oh, we need you to recover the powers. Oh, okay, here I am with the powers. It's like
The easiest thing.
it's the easiest thing.
I think this was written in like a day. I really
maybe,
think that.
yeah. This is like the first draft.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because they're just sort of like, oh, if you don't give up your powers, we're gonna kill your dad,
family,
your father, And then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I better give in.
Oh, it's so stupid. Like,
Yeah, so then he like depowers him, and then turns like his powers into like pills to take.
Just like
Steroids.
that.
Like that. Yeah,
Steroids.
exactly. Steroids. Yeah, just like whatever genetic changes he underwent is just sort of formulated into like these little pills that he then gives to these 3 German shepherds.
that's the thing. I expected the movie at some point to have like a dog supervillain, but these 3 dogs were really boring. It's like, oh, it's just like 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe the dog, the bitch, maybe she was gonna be in the end the villain or something, because she was such a nasty, awful character. I thought maybe she's gonna be an evil super dog and they're gonna fight, and no, it's just 3 dogs, 3 evil dogs.
Yeah.
Probably the
Also,
same.
it seems like the writer of this movie has like a personal vendetta against German shepherds. Like German shepherds always seem to be the bad guys.
Maybe he was beaten.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess it's like A is like I guess those are like the stereotypical mean dog, you know?
Yeah.
And also Germans,
not
you know,
really.
like Germans
Not really.
in all the species
Oh
have
my
been
God!
the
You're
villain of
right.
every
But aren't
movie.
Dobermans also German?
Yeah, but German shepherds, you know.
But German shepherds are usually associated with like police and like justice, and like they should have been Dobermans, because those are like really mean, or Rottweilers. They're also German, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, there you go.
If
I mean, if
it
you have a
doesn't
hatred
have
towards German,
if it doesn't, no, like I said, I think it's like, you know, Germans and Germany is like the go-to for villainy.
it's just like everyone likes German shepherds. It's like one of the
That's what.
everyone's
'cause
favorite
I was
dog.
watching it. I was sort of like, people like German shepherds, don't they?
yeah, they're
It's like
super
a
nice.
bulldog or something, or a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go. So the German shepherds are the baddies now.
Why?
Reasons. And so then the scientist, Peter Dinklage, goes to the town hall again and basically takes the mayor hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know why.
evil plan to
Again,
take over the
evil plan.
world or something.
No, that's right. He wants funding, doesn't he? Like he wants funding for his research.
Yeah.
So stupid. Like he ruined his career. Does he become crazy after the explosion, or was he always crazy?
I think that's supposed to be the implication.
Because the Green Goblin becomes crazy, but there's an explanation, because he gets this weird gas that makes him unstable and he becomes crazy. Also, Dr. Octopus becomes insane. But they're all like explained. This guy just snaps for no reason.
I mean, you already seem kind of insane to begin with. So.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
He seemed like a jerk more than insane.
Yeah, I guess so.
Aren't all jerks insane? Or aren't all insane jerks?
People jerks. So he takes the mayor hostage, and then in the meantime, again, like that, Underdog and his family free themselves.
I think I blinked in that part. How did they free themselves?
Literally, the son and the father have like a moment, you know, where because like the son's like, "Why did you stop being a cop,
right.
Dad?" And then he was like, "Oh well, I knew that I was putting myself in danger after your mum died, so I didn't want to do that anymore." So they finally understand each other, and then the son, who's just been tied has his hands tied behind his back, just kind of jumps and the rope comes off the hook or something. That he was tied onto.
Greatest
And then he goes to untie his dad. So, and then they get Underdog out of his kennel, I think.
I guess it's now just dog. Because it sounds no powers.
Yeah, he's just a dog now. He's just Shoeshine. Yeah, exactly. And then the henchman's like putting this bomb at the top of the building that would, and again it was just sort of like, and apparently it would disperse like the serum that would make everyone obedient to Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
For some
really?
reason.
Yeah, okay. At this point I was like just...
It was mentioned like once.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That reminded me of like Spider-Man, the one with Andrew Garfield. They also have this plot of like gas, but I guess maybe that movie copied from Underdog.
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Like if the Amazing Spider-Man 2 writers like just saw Underdog and they're like, we're going to steal this.
Probably.
Yeah, and then for some reason like Molly and Polly are there.
Because she's a reporter and
She's
she
a reporter
goes
for the
where
school
there's
newspaper.
trouble. Yeah.
So she's just
She's
going
like
after
a
this lot.
Lois
Police
Lane.
don't stop
With the
her.
dog.
With the dog. With the dog. The police don't stop her. Just goes to the top and then the girl's like, ha! And then ties her up next to the bomb.
Oh my god. And she screams so loud.
Oh, God.
It's the worst screaming
Yeah,
ever. I
ties
was
up.
like, oh, shut up. Just blow up already.
And then, and then Underdog runs in.
No,
and
isn't it when the dad comes and he's like, let me in, I'm a cop. Is that later?
I don't remember exactly.
no, I think that's at the end. Because
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he gives him
exactly.
that need.
Because that scene was really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think under like Shoeshine runs in first, and then gets into a fight, and then it gets knocked over. He gets knocked into Peter Dinklage, and like the pills fall out of his
The
pocket.
steroids.
The steroids fall out of his pocket. So then, without him noticing, he's obviously taken one of the pills and gets his powers back, and then he fights
Yes,
steroids, and then.
that's it.
So he fights the German Shepherds for a while, and then Peter Dinklage takes the serum as well and gets superpowers. Which why didn't he do that before?
And those special effects of him jumping are so horrible.
That was disrespectful.
That looks terrible.
Why couldn't they just
God.
lift him with a rope or something? Like, no.
It was so horrible.
It looked
was
terrible.
so
Yeah,
horrible.
it was like, oh my God.
Why did you remind me of that scene?
Oh man. But yeah, and I was just sort of like, why didn't you just take I thought the powers were for you. Like, why would you not just take the powers?
That's the thing. That's why I was so confused, because I thought that was the original plan all along, and then it's not. But then it ends up like
my
that.
own 3 super dogs.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
And also, like, the super dogs, I mean, are they really that powerful?
I mean, I guess they're strong, just like Underdog.
Yeah.
It's not like taking over the world strong.
No, but I guess that's not what he wants. He doesn't want the dogs to take over the world. He just wants the dogs to be his henchmen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he's a dick to them.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And then, and exactly. And again, just like that, Underdog manages to convince them, like, hey, you shouldn't let yourself get treated like that. And then the dog's like, yeah, you're right. And then just immediately turn on Peter Dinklage.
And that's the thing. I thought maybe this could have been the whole theme of the movie. Like, being a good owner. And
okay, yeah.
But that's the only scene where it's important. They never... they tried to do too many different things, and they didn't, like, stick to one, like, message.
Yeah, I don't think this movie has like a message or a
so.
theme.
But he
or
says in the end, like,
something.
there are no bad dogs, only bad owners. And I think this line would have worked if they had done it throughout the movie, like
Yeah.
showing
Yeah.
like the importance of being a good
Yeah,
owner.
yeah. I think one that is another one of the weaknesses of the script, that it doesn't really have a direction to go. It is like, here's a movie.
Yeah.
But there's no like a premise or something that you're supposed to. I mean, I guess kids maybe don't. I don't
The
know.
kids are not that. Well, I don't know. Man. Hazel watched it.
I can say with satisfaction that I enjoyed this movie when I was a kid. Okay.
Well, I enjoyed Tomb Raider, so I don't know.
Well, exactly. So we all had our.
But at least Tomb
moments.
Raider had boobs.
Well, at least mine has cute dogs, so that's my argument.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dogs attack Peter Dinklage. And then the dad yeah, exactly. And then I think this is when the dad is like, "Let me through. I used to be a cop."
And
nobody
that's it,
stops
that's
And
it.
you're
him.
like, "Okay, fair enough."
Yeah. He's not even. He doesn't even have a badge. Nothing.
No.
He's a
So
normal
then he
guy.
just goes in and stabs Peter Dinklage with like the anti-serum, and then he loses his powers. And then Underdog goes and takes the bomb off the roof and saves Molly and Polly, and then just digs.
He digs
Like the super deep hole to put the bomb in, and then the bomb goes off, and he gets like shot out into the atmosphere, and then comes back down again.
It's a Houston. We have a beagle.
Beagle.
yeah,
Mouse.
yeah.
That was lame.
That was so stupid.
That was
It's
so
like,
lame.
is this supposed to be a joke?
Exactly.
What
It was
are
just
you
so, like,
doing,
do you think
writers?
kids get that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Okay. But yeah, so then he crashes back down to Earth, and then for the fraction of a second, with absolutely no tension, you think that, oh, he might have died.
Ooh,
Or
yeah.
the son thinks he died, and then no.
I
he's
wish he
alive.
died.
But no, he's alive. He's all right. And he flies away, and then the dad becomes a cop again.
Oh, I,
think.
don't remember that. Really?
I don't know.
I don't
That
remember.
would be stupid.
Because like he leads Peter Dinklage into like his prison cell.
That's true. That's
Oh.
true. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So now he's gonna die and abandon his kid. What happened to not getting himself in danger?
I don't know. I don't know what the point of that story was either. I
don't know
also
what the
wrote
point
down
of anything was.
propaganda question mark.
Yeah, maybe.
I just saw like, what is it about his son wanting him to desperately to be a cop? I'm like, what difference does it make?
Yeah, I guess it has a little bit more status than being a security guard.
Security guard, I guess. It's like, is that what's important to you
But-
as a
but who-
kid?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's something he should have been worried about, but not the kid.
Yeah, why would the kid
He just
care?
wants his dad to come home, play with him, and throw a
Yeah.
ball in the garden. But the dad is like, "Fuck! I hate being a security guard because my family, my friends think I'm a loser." Like these people that wrote this movie have never had spoken to another human being.
But anyway, so and then Peter Dinklage gets locked in with his henchman again, which is and then Underdog be Underdog.
Yeah.
And then there's this very funny blooper reel. I laughed so
Oh,
much.
yeah,
that was really
yeah,
lame.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
very funny.
Yeah, that was kind of, that was really crap.
And the dog mouth looked even worse in that part. Then one of the shots I was like, ooh.
So yeah, that was Underdog. I'm sorry I did that to you.
I was literally when I was watching the movie, I was thinking like, oh, hey,
Damn you.
why did you make me watch this movie?
Oh god. So out of 10 dog collars, what would you give this movie?
10 steroids. Nothing. No, nothing.
Really?
It's
Out
the
of all the
worst
films that
thing.
we've watched.
It was one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. I hated it. I'm not joking. I was like, this is crap.
Oh god.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I feel dumber after watching it.
So that's
no
a 0
colors.
from you.
Nothing. Zero.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And you?
I think I would give it 3.
Yeah, I was around 3 as well.
Yeah.
What is like a 0 for you?
I don't know because I mean if this wasn't a movie for kids,
I would rate it worse.
I would rate it worse because it's like, okay, cinema, but it's like a movie for kids that I'm sure like the goals for the for like the briefing that Disney got was okay, something that kids can play for their kids while they're busy cooking something.
Exactly.
You know, it's not intended to be inside
cooking.
out. Exactly. It's not intended to be Toy Story. It's not intended to be anything beyond what it is.
Exactly.
So that's why I
cheap
say, okay,
product.
exactly.
That can be released to make a lot of money.
Exactly. So yeah, I would give it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although honestly, I was expecting it. I say that I was expecting it to be a lot worse than what it was. Like I said, I think it was just.
I was
At
expecting
the
to
end,
be
it was
better
just sort of
because
like harmless.
you said you watched it like a billion times, and I thought, okay, maybe
Well,
there
I
is-
don't know because I saw the Rotten Tomatoes thing, and I think it's like 15% or something on Rotten Tomatoes. So immediately I was sort of like, oh, okay, this might have been a film that was like a lot worse than I realized as a kid.
But there was this other movie called Dogs and Cats, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I love that one as
good.
well.
And that movie is similar to this one. It also has talking animals.
Yeah.
It's made
It has
for
Jeff
kids.
Goldblum.
But it's better than this
Oh,
one. It's
yeah.
actually like enjoyable. It has
Yeah,
some
I enjoyed it a lot, that
humor, and it actually has some themes.
I guess
like,
I should have gone with that one then.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
You could have watched that. Like, an Underdog is just so. I hate that movie.
Okay. Well, another time we can do cats and dogs. I'll be on. I mean, usually this is sort of the segment where we try and find some like interesting facts or something about the movie or the production of it or what came out. But I'll be honest, I didn't really find a lot on this movie. I found it was based on a cartoon spoofing Superman. It was aired in the 60s, so it was like a Saturday morning cartoon in the 60s. Third highest grossing film on opening weekend.
Of what year? What year?
2007.
What are the other movies?
I don't know.
Like animated movies or
Like that
in
weekend.
general?
I'm just curious to see what
okay,
movies
that
did it compete
weekend, I don't
against.
Yeah, no, it was just that weekend. It was the third highest of its
okay.
opening weekend.
Okay.
This was a theatrical release, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it had a budget of 25 million and made 65
Oh, okay.
worldwide.
Wow.
So
Well, it was a profit then.
there.
Yeah, but
And then
So
I
are
found this
many-
one article that said that it was absolutely nothing like the cartoon. So anyone who is actually a fan of Underdog was probably also disappointed by this movie.
Because I was gonna say, because taking into consideration there was like a morning cartoon.
Yeah.
I guess that's not famous for being super insightful and deep. So I was gonna
No,
say,
and this was
I was
like,
gonna say, okay, maybe the source material wasn't as good, and that is why this movie is not that good. But if it's not
The
even
thing is,
that,
from what I saw, I mean, the dog in the cartoon is like anthropomorphic. It's not like a dog, like a real
Yes,
dog.
yeah.
And it's a completely different thing. Like it's not meant to be a live action or anything.
Yeah, and then the Amy Adams fact.
That was weird. I mean,
It is weird that, but there you go.
I mean,
You
if
gotta-
she got paid, why would
Yeah,
she?
why would you complain about it?
you just have to record some 4 lines of dialogue and then go home.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to see what other things this director has made. He's a Belgian director, screenwriter, and animator. And he hasn't done that much. Like,
No, yeah, that's the thing. I think the director, this is like his worst ranked movie, and the other ones I think had 35% and 45%.
But what are his other movies? Other
like the Smoogies? I don't know what that is. But that was as an animator. As a director, he worked on Quest for Camelot, 1998.
I know that movie. It's actually
Racing-
not good. I mean, some people like it though. A lot of people are fans of them.
Yeah,
Racing Stripes from 2005.
okay.
Underdog 2007. And The Cronstons.
The what?
Crostons. Kroston.
I don't know that. I just know Quest for Camelot.
Yeah.
No, I found that it opened behind The Bourne Ultimatum and The Simpsons movie on that weekend.
Okay.
The Bourne Ultimatum is a big thing.
But the Simpsons movie
The
was even
Simpsons-
bigger. What the fuck? How did this win against?
No, it
No,
was
but
third.
it was the third.
I was
It was
third.
the third.
I thought it was the first.
No.
No. The
Who
third.
cares about third place? That's for losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rotten Tomato, okay. The Simpsons movie, yeah, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
So I'm sorry to have had to put you through that. You know, I
I'll
thought we were just
recover.
watching a harmless little kids movie, but apparently it ruined your entire life.
And you know the funny thing is that
Stole your wife and
no,
your
and
money.
the funniest thing is that today like on Monday I was kicked in the hip in kickboxing, and it was hurting a lot this morning. And when I laughed, it hurt, and when I coughed, it hurt. And I was gonna watch this movie, and I thought like, oh my god, I hope this movie doesn't make me laugh too much because it's gonna hurt a lot.
There you go.
And guess what? It didn't hurt a bit because the movie was really bad.
So you have it to be thankful for something.
Yeah, I guess
if
I'm
it had been
thankful
really
because of
funny,
that.
you'd have been in pain. So that's something.
Yeah, thanks, Underdog.
You see? Oh god, it was fun. Andres, I just love how to see how
Offended
much
you were.
yeah, exactly. He's
She
so
had a very
offended by
high
this film.
tolerance for bad movies. Like, oh my god.
Oh god.
Well, anyway, so that was my pick this week, and next time we'll be discussing your pick.
Yeah, and now I'm afraid. I don't know how
know,
good
right?
it is going to be because you hated the rewatch of your pick. You didn't enjoy the rewatch of yours, so I don't know. At least mine has a lot of cute dogs, so I guess
Yeah.
that's
No,
That's
I do remember. I mean, I watched the first one and the third one, and I hope. I mean,
Of the
those
series.
were okay. And this one cannot be as bad as Underdog. Just saying.
got to. Oh my god! I didn't think it was possible.
But this is actually worse. I didn't think there'd be any worse movie than Underdog. You proved me wrong.
So, if you want to find out whether Andres is right about no movie can be as bad as Underdog, just listen to our episode next week where you're going to be listening to my pick for films with an animal. And yeah,
Can you give us like a teaser?
it's about a family of dogs. And they are they have to save, like the two parents need to save their cubs from some evil humans.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the little doggies are worth the watch, even if the movie, the script is crap. I don't know.
Am I going to cry?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It's not a cry type
Okay,
of movie.
okay,
No,
good.
not at all.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, I didn't remember
You know
this
me, I
bit.
cry so easily on movies, particularly like animals. Why?
No crying. No crying on the
We'll see about
discotheque.
that.
Remember to follow us on Instagram at elevator pitch _pod, like in podcast.
We're producing lots of really funny, engaging content on
Yeah,
there.
please share, comment,
Yeah,
like.
Andres.
Exactly, this is where.
Okay. My personal Instagram is like for other things. Come on. I mean,
For other things.
for me, for showing me. And like,
Oh my gosh, I show you.
yeah, but like not in this context.
Oh, like
That's what the Instagram for this is for. Like I don't want my
What a
Instagram to become
day.
advertising for my projects and stuff. Like I don't know. I think.
But
that-
this is a project of
yeah, but
yours.
I don't want it to become that. Like my Instagram, my personal Instagram is for showing. I mean, I don't even upload things, and like
You don't have to upload anything, you just have to share it.
I do, but like I don't know. I don't like sharing things.
Fine.
Don't be like Andres, and you please subscribe, follow us, share our
Like,
content,
share.
like, comment, and I hope that you listen to us next week. Thank you so much, as always, for being there, for putting up with us. Sorry if you also hated Underdog. And yeah, thank you so
No,
much.
I'm sorry if you really loved Underdog. Like, I don't know why, but like I'm sorry if I offended
Oh,
you.
God.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Signing off our Altair.
Hazel.
And Andres.
Listen to us next week.
Bye.
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 If you like this episode, why not hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode? And if that's still not enough, you can follow us on Instagram at elevatorpitch_pod to stay up to date with all the latest news.